So how longer are gonna stay here in China?
Unfortunately, just 3 days.
In the whole country?
Because the idea, yes, it was just to visit Beijing.
Yes.
Because the main trip was to Japan and then coming back, making a stop in Beijing.
Yes.
And then coming back, and to leave the rest of the country of China.
Yes.
For maybe another trip dedicated to the country China and not to Beijing.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
You can stay
hopefully.
here. Yeah. You can stay up to 15 days for one trip.
Yeah,
Next
for
time.
sure.
Yeah, for a
But,
free visa
mean,
trip.
To visit the whole country, I guess even 2 months because it's so huge.
Yeah, there's one gentleman I met 2 weeks ago. He's gonna spend 3 months in China only. 3 months.
Well, to visit the whole country.
Yes.
As it's so big.
Yeah, there are many places I have never been to yet. Many places
I can imagine.
never visited. So you're worth 3 months to explore the whole country.
Neither do I in Italy. That is way smaller, so I can imagine in China.
Yes, it's so diverse, so different. Okay, so we can move a little bit westward, where we see where the ladies live. So 6 palaces built on that side. Another 6 palaces built on the east side. Make a total of 12 palaces to accommodate empress ladies.
Is there a second floor in this thing?
Yeah, this here, this part and the other part, they have 2 stories, 2 floors. But in the middle, that's 1 story. Okay, let's have a look at this picture. This is the dragon lady. She lived here for several decades, and she had this palace restored in 1884 to celebrate her 50th birthday. And this lady, she became the consort of the emperor at the age of 17. And then she got pregnant and gave birth to a son to the emperor, the only son of the emperor. And her husband died at a very early age. And her son became the emperor at the age of only, what is this number?
6.
6. Very good, yeah. So this palace is called a Taiji Palace, where the Ming and Qing dynasty, those ladies lived. But it is also, okay, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with this diagram. What is this? Yin-yang, Taiji. That's the name of this palace. Yeah, that's a symbol. That's a kind of ancient ideology in this country, and also a part of a kind of exercise to teach people how to pursue the goal of inner peace, the balance, the harmony, to help you achieve the goal of both mental and physical health. That's the name of this palace. Okay, and like I mentioned, the ladies live here, but there was a period which lasted for nearly 100 years. Those painters, they worked in this palace for like 100 years. The painters, because this area located very close to the emperor's residence, who can take the order from the emperor and react very quickly to draw the paintings of the emperor, the concubines, the empress, or even the animals of the emperor. That's why they worked here for a long time. Among those painters, the most famous one of the most famous one is an Italian painter, Castiglione. You ever heard of his name? Do I say it right?
Castiglione.
Castiglione. Am I right? Castiglione.
The name sounds right, but I've never heard it.
Okay, never. This is the Castiglione, the Italian painter. This guy, he came into China in 1715 when he was very young. He's supposed to come to China to spread his belief, who is a missionary, Catholic missionary, but which was that kind of activity was forbidden to do that in this country. So instead, he worked for the emperor, for the Qing court for 50 years. He was buried at the western suburb. When he passed away, who emperor honored him with an official rank of the 3rd grade. Very popular painter. Many of his paintings are still kept in the Forbidden City. See, those paintings are very beautiful. Horses, human figures, and the dogs. And even there's like a concubine painting painted by Castiglione. by this painter, and which auctioned at 137 million Hong Kong dollars in 2015. So not mentioning many other masterpieces drawn by this famous painter. Emperors always joked with him. It said that one day the emperor ordered him to draw the paintings of the emperor's concubines, like this concubine, or concubine or consort. That painter went to that place and draw the paintings for the emperor's ladies. And several days later, the emperor came to this area to check his beautiful work. Emperor got so satisfied, but the emperor joked with him. The emperor said to him, "You saw my consort, my concubines the other day. Are they beautiful?" And this painter who knelt down on the ground, eyes on the feet. You're not supposed to look at the emperor directly. Eyes on the emperor's feet. Who said that, "Yes, all your consort are very beautiful, your majesty. I'm asking you, which one do you admire the most? Which one is the most beautiful?" And who continued, "I didn't notice." "What did you do then?" The emperor continued his question. And he said that, "I was counting the tiles on the building outside the window. I didn't look at your ladies." And the emperor asked him, "How many tiles outside the window?" Who said 30 tiles. And the emperor asked the eunuch go back to that spot where he stood to draw the paintings for the ladies. And the eunuch counted the tiles on the building. Indeed, it was 30 tiles. So you have to be careful, put on a lot of extra caution. Be careful to work with the emperor. And there's a saying in China, it is as dangerous to be with the emperor as to be with a tiger. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at how the buildings, how those rooms look like, where the ladies resided back in 100 years ago. Now we are in this garden. It is called the Imperial Garden, the last major spot built along the central axis. The northern exit is right next to those bunch of buildings over there. But I still recommend you to go out of the Forbidden City from the East Palace Gate, where we started, where has easier access to your hotel, or easier to get a DD, or easier to get to the subway station. Okay, so this is the garden. It's very small compared to the Summer Palace and the other Empress Palaces, other Empress resort. This is nothing. And this building over here, which is used as the living residence of the Empress English teacher at the end of the Empress' life in the Forbidden City. And this is the Empress English teacher, Reginald Johnston, came from Scotland, who had been living in China for more than 3 decades, has a profound understanding of the Chinese culture, Chinese literature, Chinese art, Chinese Buddhism. On top of that, who speaks very good Mandarin. And that's why he was hired into the Forbidden City as the Empress English teacher in 1919. He came into the Forbidden City at the age of 45, as the emperor at the age of 14. So he treated the last emperor like a father to a son. He helped the last emperor open the eyes to the rest of the world. And because the emperor, who was restricted, staying in the inner court for a long time, did not allow to leave the Forbidden City. So he helped them, brought a lot of impact to this emperor. Under his influence, the emperor cut out his beard, started to wear glasses, and started to ride bicycles in the Forbidden City. They got along very well. But in 1924, both this scholar and the emperor were kicked out of the Forbidden City. Later on, he went back to London, worked as a Chinese professor at the University of London. He wrote a very famous book titled The Twilight in the Forbidden City. That book is still very popular nowadays. The Twilight in the Forbidden City, chronicling his close relationship with the last emperor. And even to the day when this scholar, when he passed away in 1938, he still considered himself as a loyal and affectionate servant to the last emperor. Got along very well. He never married. He was born at the same year as Winston Churchill. Okay, and let me show you another picture over here, which is taken. See the picture? He's last emperor wearing the glasses. His English teacher, Reginald Johnston, and the brothers of the last emperor, and there are two eunuchs, standing next to the emperor.
Sunglasses, look.
Sunglasses, yeah.
So did the emperor speak with Scottish accent?
Probably, yes, yeah. So the picture is taken right up there, on this balcony. You see the picture? Right up there. Very famous scholar. So now I'm gonna escort you to the exit of the garden. I will show you the direction how you can walk out of the palace, or if you want, can hang out here a little bit longer. A tourist can actually spend like 2 full days in the Forbidden City, but today we just visited the most important ones.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go that way together.
I read about there's a treasure house, a treasure museum.
Yeah, treasure house. You can also spend like more than 1 hour in that area. Treasure house or the porcelain hall. Porcelain hall, where houses 1,000 beautiful porcelain stuff. Is worth to pay.
Is our ticket valid to that as well?
Porcelain hall, yes. Treasure hall, you need to buy another ticket on site.
But you can do
You can do that. I'll show you where the treasure hall is.